Good morning, students. This video is for Standard 6 children. Here I'll be teaching you a new chapter, that is chapter 22, Prepositions. Preposition is a connecting word that shows the relation of a noun or pronoun to some other word in a sentence. That is, preposition is a word that connects a noun or pronoun to show its relationship among other words in the sentence. Like, for example, I am afraid of cockroaches. The thief threw all jewelry into a bag. As you can see, the highlighted words, that is of and into, have been placed before the noun in these sentences. So, of and into are prepositions, and cockroaches and bags are called object of prepositions. Now, what do you mean by object of prepositions? The noun or pronoun that follows a preposition. Means a preposition is placed before the noun or pronoun to show its relationship. That is called as object of preposition. So here in the sentence you can see that the highlighted words like of and into are the prepositions. Some more examples of prepositions are to, in, on, among, between, since, for, etc. Now, a preposition can tell position of something, direction in which something is going, time when something happens, relation between noun or pronoun and other word in a sentence. Let's see preposition indicating position. Many prepositions tell where something is located in relation to something else. Means such prepositions are used to refer to the place. Some of the examples of the prepositions indicating positions are at, behind, below, above, in, between, on, over, under, etc. Like, for example, her house is at the end of the road. At is used to show the position at a point, whereas house is at the end of the road. So we can use at to show position at a point, at bus stop, at meeting, etc. Your books are lying on the bed. Now, direction. Some preposition can tell where something is going. It expresses direction. Some of the examples of such prepositions indicating directions are into, towards, through, across, to, up, off, from. Like here you can see the example, he swam across the river. He swam across the river. The arrow went towards the crowd. So, these are showing the direction. He swam across the river, or the arrow went towards the crowd. Some of the prepositions that indicates directions are into. So, into is used when speaking of something at motion. Like, for example, the soldiers marched into the hall. You can see here towards, the arrow went towards the crowd. Through, across, to, up, off, and from. Time. A few preposition helps to tell time. that are used to refer to they are used to refer at time. Some of the examples of prepositions indicating time are during, on, at, in, from, before, after, for, since. Like for example, you can see she arrived at 4 o'clock. So, at is used to show the specific time. As you can see, she arrived at 4 o'clock. She arrived at sunset. So, at is used to show some specific time. I have been studying since morning. Since here is used that tells us about the moment when the action began. Okay, so I have been studying since morning. Here since is used to tell about an action when the action began. My aunt stayed in my house for a few weeks. For tells us about the duration of an action. For a few weeks, it is telling about the duration of an action. Now, in is used for a longer period of time. Okay, like months, year, decades. At that time, we will use in. Like for example, it is used with years, months, centuries, etc. Like in March in 2020, the pandemic occurred in 2020. Okay. On is used for a shorter period of time. In is used for a longer period of time. In 2020, in March. And on is used for shorter period of time. Like for example, on 7th January, on Independence Day. Okay, so this is the difference. Relationship. Some preposition shows the relationship between a noun or pronoun and another word. So some prepositions are used to show the relation between a noun and the other word. Like let's see the example. Joeta went to the birthday party with Sharmila. Joeta went to the birthday party with Sharmila. With. Here you can see that there is a relation. Joeta and Sharmila. Joeta went with Sharmila. Okay. The book was written by Anne Blyton. Okay. So, the book was written by Anne Blyton. Book written by Anne Blyton. So, this shows the relation. Noun, Joeta, its relation with, it's joining, means it's showing its relation with Sharmila. The book was written by Anne Blyton. Now, kinds of prepositions. So, two types of prepositions are simple prepositions and complex preposition. Simple preposition. These prepositions are short words with an independent form. Means these are one word prepositions. Like for example, at, by, for, from, in, of, into, etc. Complex prepositions. These prepositions are group of words, function as single preposition. So, complex prepositions are those prepositions that are group of words but they function as one or single preposition. Like for example, because of, out of, instead of, along with, etc. These are two words but they will function as single preposition. Thank you, students.